University of Panima, Mr. Amit Kumar sir. So, most welcome to Amit sir.
First question that
chosen the EC branch. The question is very simple. When I was a student of 12th class, my brother was already placed in the EC company, that is in the company of telecommunication, and the company was very well known as REIL, that is Electronics Instrumentation Limited Company. My brother told me that you go and choose EC branch because EC is that branch which has many applications in our day-to-day life, and that is the only reason that I have choose the EC branch.
Do you think your decision to choose EC branch was good?
Yeah, obviously. I'm saying that every branch is very important. You can take any branch, but if you take any branch and you go for the seriousness, then that branch is always fruitful. So my decision to take EC branch is very good because in that branch I have learned everything about the circuit, how the electronics will come in our day-to-day life, and what is the use of electronics in our life. So that all I get from this branch, and this branch is very fruitful for me.
When you were an engineering student, would you have ever imagined to be in professional life?
When I was a student, my dream is not to work as a teacher, or no, my dream is not to work as a faculty in any institute. But the circumstances when I completed my engineering, the circumstances was there. I have to choose either the software organization or I have to choose either the teaching organization. So I go for teaching organization. I never think that I see myself after engineering as a teacher. But
So what was your goal?
my goal, if I talk about my goal is to work as a project scientist engineer, as a scientist engineer in BARC or in ISRO. That is my goal, but my future goal, if I talk about my long-term goal to work as a civil service engineer or to work as an engineer in the IES department, in Indian Engineering Service.
you want to see yourself after 5 years?
This is very typical question because you are not able to say anything about the future. But I want to see myself as an IES engineer after 5 years, and that is my goal also. So I want to see myself as an IES engineer after 5 years, and for that I am doing my level hard.
So being a professor, do you think the education system of India is good?
This is very not so typical question, but this is I have no comments about the education system. But as I personally think, that the education system in India, if you compare the education system with the foreign countries, in the foreign countries, if I take an example, let us take an example of China. If I talk about China, the student after passing the 6th class, they have to choose their aim. But if in India, if I talk about in India, after completing the 10th class, they have to choose streams. They want to go in science class, or they want to go in arts, they want to go in commerce. Still they have not decided their aim. So they have to choose the stream. After completing the 12th class, they have to choose the stream. Which stream? Suppose the student wants to go in science field. That the person has to choose either go into biology or go into engineering side. Still that person is not deciding its aim. And the education system is very lag if I talk about, if you compare the education system of India with the foreign. But there is only one peculiarity related with the education system. That is the education system of India. In India, we will learn, if I talk about engineering. In engineering, suppose a student from the EC engineer. In EC engineering, apart in the whole duration of whole duration of engineering, he or she learns so many subjects. If you compare the engineering of foreign, the students will learn only one subject. So the educational system of India, for the students, they learn the system, or they learn the engineering in all-rounder way. They learn how to operate digital devices, they learn how to operate analog devices, they learn how to deal with communication systems. So apart from that, education system of India is not so bad, but it requires a field. It requires a pushback.
Suppose if you have an opportunity to work as an CEO for educational system, what will you change?
Suppose I have got an opportunity, that is my dream also. I want to work myself as a CEO because I have always a doubt regarding with the education system. Why we deal with the theoretical subjects? Why there is no reason to do practical things? why we suffers, why we compare always the IITs with the NITs, and why the all students of Rajasthan has been a comparison regarding with the IITs and NITs. Why? The reason is only that in NITs and IITs, students get familiar with the practical things. Or the students of Rajasthan and the students of other states, they always deals with the theoretical things. So if I become a CEO of an education system, so first of all, I am not changing I will not change only the education system regarding with the engineering. I will try to, the system is not able to change. The system, we are not one entity. So I will try to change some feedbacks, that is some lagging departments. So for example, I will try to change the student will choose the field after 8th class, not after 10th class. And after 10th class, he or she will move towards the engineering department, he or she move towards the biological department. There is no need to read, or there is no need to study 11th or 12th class. Directly the student will proceed towards the higher education.
Apart from our educational life, day by day we are introducing a lot of technology in our daily life. What would you imagine our life after till 2050?
Till 2050, if I talk about last 10 years, when I was a student of 7th class or 8th class, I was never imagined that a device is in my hand that work as a mobile.
Yes, sir.
So that is not my imagination. That one is not my imagination. I was never thinking that a device is there, when from that device you can communicate from one place to another place. But after 2050, we will see lots of technologies. Technology related with the up till now, the science is the technologies in science is day by day increasing. So regarding with the technologies, everything will got changed. Regarding with the cell phones, regarding with the human's life, and when the technologies increases, the human health is also decreases. So if I see after 2050, the India has lots of problem regarding with the health, because if you increases the technology, the health is also decreases. Health of the person is also decreases, and the technology means that that do your work in a simple way. So after 2050, we will see that instead of using the airways, we will using a flying cars. We are using a flying cars. A person is using a jetpacks to move from one place to another place. A person is using a cell phone, which is a collection of video conferencing through rays. So lots of technologies will going to be appear in India after 2050 or in 2050.
What do you think about bad aspects of technology?
What do you think about?
Bad aspects of technology?
Yeah, obviously everything has its own limitations. If you go apart from the limitations, there will always be a bad effect. So say for example, if you use cell phone regularly by 8 hours a day, you will suffer with a radiation which is known as gamma rays. And this gamma rays adversely affects your heartbeat, or adversely affect your nature of the person. So if I talk about the bad effect, there will always be some good effects and there will always be a bad effect of everything. If you go above the limits, there will always be a bad effect.
Sir, as according to survey, most of the Indian students are capitalizing on the world. The survey says that most of the CEOs of the big companies are Indian students. So what is your point of view about the Indian students in capitalization of these companies?
The basic question is that you can say brain drain. What is the reason that the students are CEO of the foreign companies, not our Indian companies? This is not a social issue. This is a case of brain drain. So first of all, I want to discuss something that in a MNC company, apart from an MNC company which is situated in India, in that company, out of 100% employees, 70% employees from the Indian background, and 30% employees are from foreign employees. The company believes that the Indians are very hard worker, and the Indians have a capability to do anything. So the capitalization is totally depends on the money. If you get more money, then you will shift yourself towards that too. And in the case of, suppose if I talk about a scientist, and if I talk about a NASA, in NASA, out of 70 employees, 48 employees are of India, are Indians. So what is the reason behind it? The reason is only this: in India, the government does not provide the such efficiency to the engineers or such efficiency to the scientists so that they can perform their research area, they can continue their research. But in foreign, you will get an extra amount, or you will get an extra effects from the government, by the government, so that you can continue your research. So the capitalization, if I talk about the capitalization of India and for foreign, you will see that the capitalization of foreign is better than the Indians.
Sir, as question is asked, sir, if you become the CEO of the education system, what kind of opportunity will you provide for those students who are working in foreign to come back in India?
The same question. The question is that basically the opportunity is not provided by the educational system. Opportunity is provided by the companies. I will try that no further students will switch towards the foreign companies. I will try to change the theoretical aspect of the engineers. I will try to change the theoretical aspect of the medical students. I will try to change those things which gives you a theoretical knowledge. Theoretical knowledge is very necessary, but instead of that, if you remember what is the operation of the fan and how a fan looks like, instead of knowing that what is the principle behind the fan, this is very important. So I will try to change the practical things.
Sir, as definition of success vary from person to person, what according to you is success, challenge and the struggle in life?
This is very, you are correct, the success is vary from person to person. In my view, the success is nothing but as a main thing. If I talk about myself, work hard and faith in God. This is all about success. But if you talk about struggle, a struggle are those periods which gives you a good gain, from which you learn good things or from which you learn bad things. Struggle doesn't mean that you are not getting your success. Struggle is always there when you suppose you are a IAS officer. Again, a struggle is there. How to improve the administration, how to manage the, how to solve the general problems. So this is a typical type of struggle. Struggle doesn't mean that you are working as a hard worker or you are working as a you are far distant away from your success. So in my view, struggle gives you a bad idea or good idea from the day-to-day life. And the last
So
one
what
is
is the challenge?
Challenge is that suppose you want to become an IAS officer. You want to become an IAS officer, and what you are doing up till now. The challenge for me is to become an IAS officer, and for that IAS officer, what I am doing right now. This is my challenge, and for that, which path I am choosing and from which path I am diverge myself to reach towards the path of IAS.
As you were awarded Best Faculty Award of Purnima, being a reputed professor, would you like to share your experience about Purnima?
So as you are awarded as a reputed, obviously I would like to explain Purnima. My two friends are working in regional and one friend is working in Complicom. They always have a complaint regarding with me that you have no time for them. In Purnima, I have learned one thing, that is, if you are able to express your view in front of the student, then you will survive, otherwise you will kick out. So in Purnima, I will learn that how to teach, how to tackle the students, and there is a mythology is also there, that is tutor relationship. There is a one PROSCAP theme is also there. So these are very good things which you will not find in another colleges. So if I talk about the comparison between Purnima with the other colleges, that there is no comparison. Purnima is this place and the other colleges are this place.
What is your view about relation of a teacher and a student?
Relation of a teacher and a student. If I talk about the relationship is just like a, so for example, Dronacharya like a Arjun. The relationship was always, why you call sir? Sir means the senior is always respectful. It means the relationship between a student and the teacher is a thread of respect. If you maintain the respect, the relationship is always there. So if I talk about the relationship, teacher may work as a friend of a student, but never take the side of the students. They always take the side of the truthness, what is going on and what is the truth. So the relation between a student and a teacher must have some discrimination, must have some difference. A teacher must be teacher and a student must be student.
Sir,
Thank you.
quote is written by you on the blackboard, sir. You can't live positive life without negative mind. Will you explain, sir?
You can't live positive life without negative. Obviously, this quote is very famous quote. What does it mean? It means that you are not able to live a positive life from negative life. So suppose I have $1,000 in my pocket, but I don't want to spend them, and in my mind a negative thinking is there. Someone will rob me and someone will caught me in a bus and start robbing me. So how can I live a positive life instead of having the deluxe in my pocket? So it is not necessary. For the positive life, your mind must be positive. You are able to create positive thoughts. If you are able to create positive thoughts, there is no need, there is no thinking that you require money. If you are able to generate positive thought, you are the happiest person in this world.
Thank you, sir, for offering out your valuable time for this interview. I thank you on behalf of P. Proscript Department.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.